Hi everyone, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to go through my top 10 favorite tools that you don't need to be an RV inspector or a technician to have. It would be great for troubleshooting or repairing some things in your RV. And I'm also going to give you one bonus item that is a guilty pleasure of mine, so stay tuned to the end. I figured with the holidays coming up that it would be a great opportunity for me to kind of go through some some tools that I like in my RV. And I do have also, that I learned about because I'm an inspector and a technician that I think would be a great thing for just even the average owner to have. And so I'm going to have links in the description for each of these items on Amazon. The first item I want to talk about today is a voltmeter. I think it's a great tool for every person to have that has an RV because it just really comes in handy. Just even if you're just testing the batteries, you go out there and you have lights that aren't working and some things are going wonky in your RV. So you decide, I better take a reading of my batteries and find out where they're at, because you may not have a battery reader inside of your RV. So you can put it on the setting to check your 12-volt batteries, and you can go out there and you can find out that you have batteries that aren't optimal and maybe you need to replace them. And that will save you some money from hiring a tech coming to come out just to tell you that you have dead batteries. And you can use this for other things too. And I think that you could get, even if you just use a couple settings for amps and volts, you could go online and you could watch some YouTube videos and you could learn how to use this. It's not that difficult. So I think that's a great tool for every RV owner to have. The next one is the tire pressure monitor. So you may not have a monitoring system, which I think is a really good idea to have that. But when I do inspections, I use this to inspect other tire pressure. And all you're doing is, simply turning this button on and you're getting the PSI reading of the tire. You just click it right on the stem and pull it off and you're getting the reading. So this is a really nice tool to have, and you want to check your tire pressure before you go on any trip. The next item is this, vice grips. So I love vice grips, and I found these to be super helpful when I do tech work, and especially with getting fuses out. When you're an RV owner, you're always fitting in tight spaces and you're trying to get at things that aren't easy. So I found that these work really well for me. And I thought, well, this would probably, this has many uses. So, but I especially like it for the RV, and I like it for pulling fuses. And when I'm looking, like digging into a furnace or something like that and trying to get a wire out, these come in really handy to try to pull that wire out from behind this other mechanism. It just is, sometimes it's really difficult to get to these things. So I really think these are a handy tool to have. The next item is my handy flashlight. Now, I've used this in some of my videos, but I love this flashlight, and it's because it's really easy to carry. It folds and it's magnetic. So if you have like a magnetic surface, it sticks right to it. And then this just pivots in whatever direction you want it to. And then you can turn on the light and you can have it angled so that you can see. It's a good working light for underneath things in those tight spaces. And then you even have a little clip right here that you can put on your pocket or your shirt. You can carry it however you want to carry it, but it's really handy and it's easy to carry. It's lightweight. So I think that's a good tool to have. The next thing I want to talk about are my handy thermometers. So these things here come in really handy for inspections, but I think they'd also be good for just RV owners to have. So for instance, say your refrigerator is not working, you don't think that it's working at the right temperature. You can take these and you can put one in the fridge and one in the freezer, and you can find out your readings. And then you can kind of write that down so that if you do have to call a technician, you can give them the readings and you can say, listen, I know that there's something going on because my refrigerator is at 60 degrees and my freezer's at 25. So it's definitely too warm. Something's not working correctly. The other thing you can use these for are other temperatures. So you could also like use it for water. So if you don't feel like your hot water is getting warm enough, you can take a cup, you can put it in there, you can measure your water. And again, these are all things that you can verify that you actually need repaired by doing this check. And that way, when you call your technician, you'll already have the reading and you'll know, yeah, there is something definitely wrong. I got this reading at this time, And this is something we also use to check the efficiency of our air conditioner, and you could do that too. So what we do is we put one in the intake section and one in the outtake section. And we look at the reading, and we're looking for something around 20 degrees difference. So if you take your reading, if you feel that your air is not getting cold enough in your RV, and you take a reading and it shows that you only have a 5-degree difference, there's definitely something wrong with your RV. So they're inexpensive and they're easy to have, and it's a little like a diagnosis tool that you can have to help, when you're contacting your technician to say, hey, I really do have a problem here. I took a reading and found out there's something going on. So the other thing that I think every RV owner should have is a drill. I love my drill, and I love these bits that I get. I get this, especially for an RV, I get the extra long magnetic bit. I have the Phillips head and the square, and I use this all the time. So I think they're really handy. I love the Milwaukee brand, but I'm not promoting or anything Milwaukee. It's just that I really this is what I like. But there's lots of great brands out there. So having a drill is something that I think every RV owner should have, because there's plenty of times that you will need to use it. And along with that would be the 9-in-1, because this is something handy to have that you can, if you need a Phillips head or you need a flat head, you can just change it out, like this, and you can get the smaller version. And then you can even take the little tip out here and you get the flat head and you switch it. If you have a bolt you need to take off on your AC or on your vent on the roof, I've used these. The whole thing comes out right here, and you have this for your socket. So it really is a handy tool. I have used it many times, and I think it just, for anywhere around the RV, there's plenty of places to use it. So that's another one that I really love. And then the next tool is this infrared thermometer. Now, I talked about having the other thermometers, these handy thermometers. These are really good for being precise. This can be used for many things too. You can use this when you want to get like just a general reading, but it doesn't need to be exact, because I wouldn't use it for an exact reading. I would use it for just an overall, is something heating up. Like we can use it for like if you have a flooring that's a heated flooring, you can you can take this over there and you can do a reading on it and see what the temperature is to make sure it's actually warming like it should. You can use it for take a quick temp of, if you're going downhill and you're in your motorhome and you are using your brakes a lot, you could get out and you could actually take a reading of your brakes and see if they're heated up too much. So I think it's a really cool tool to have. It's kind of fun, just anything that you'd need to take a temperature reading of that you don't need to actually be exact, you could use this. And the last thing I have here are my crimping tools. And that's, again, you don't have to be, you can learn a little bit about repairing things. You don't have to go be a technician or anything. But I like these if you have a loose wire or something happens and you just need to recrimp something. You can use, I have both of these because I like to use this because it has the wire gauge settings and you can strip the wire. And then I really like this for crimping because it has the longer lever arm, which gives me a really tight grip on that crimp. So both of these are really good tools, and I think they're great to have around. I think it would be really good. You learn how to do a little bit of your own repair, and it'll save you a lot of money in the end. So, those are my favorite tools that I have here that I thought you would benefit from. But the other thing that I wanted to tell you about was my favorite guilty pleasure item. So one of my loves is coffee. I love my coffee. So I have my regular coffee in the morning, but I brought an espresso machine. And I use my espresso machine so that I don't have to go to the coffee shop and Starbucks, every day and get my latte. I can make my own drink the way I want to make it in my RV. And if it's a nice, if it's a chilly day outside and I just want to be cozy in my RV, I make myself a nice hot latte. Or if it's blazing hot, I can make myself a nice latte.
Cheers.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video and you like the tools that I showed you today. If you want any of these items, they are in the description with an Amazon link. And so you can click on that. I do get a little something from it. So, but yeah, um, enjoy. Let me know if you have any of these, or if there's other items that maybe you like that I didn't talk about today. I could have gone through and talked about plenty of other items, but these are just some of the ones that stand out to me. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next video.